Right, hello, I'm back again for my second video, and I must say I've got quite a few of these backlogged up now just from where I've been too addicted to play through, and yeah, all I've got to do is commentate over them before I put them up. Now, I probably will be training between videos on here, and I'm less likely and less catching to do many in-grass battles. I'll try to avoid them when possible, and then go back when I can. Just now, I've also changed one of the formats of my videos. You'll see halfway through that I have created a dual screen version, which I said I wouldn't in the first version, but, well, shoot me. What I've done is I've built around the outside something which I thought was quite a good idea, and I hope you'll all like it too. Now, at the minute, my guy's just gone to visit Professor Aragi after, in the previous episode, my guy being given a Pokemon. And now I need to go talk to Professor Aragi to thank her. Now, at this current minute, I'm nicknaming my Pokemon, and I believe I remember to call him Steve, which is all good. So, I'm not really interested in what she says. I think it's the same as every other Pokemon game. Just here, fill up a Pokedex, try your best, all that mothery stuff, whatever they do. Yes, I will. Oh, too much talking. By the way, guys, I'm going to try and get as many views and subscribers. I need people to comment as much as I can. Currently, I only have about one comment on my other video. So, and that was from a friend. Bit sad, I know, but I need as many as I can get. Now, I believe my guy will start his, adventure now. And here we meet up with Mum. And the professor already knew about the Pokedex, as she says, because she's my mother. The joy of mothers. And she buys us town maps, which may come in handy later on. Also, has anyone ever found on the internet a good map of the Issue region, I believe it's called? But the only ones I can find are really old and Japanese. And then there's one interactive one, but that's only available in Japan, which I think is terrible. Now, when Mum's be quiet, we can actually start our adventure and start going where we want. My Pukabu has been fairly well done at the minute. Sharon's just constantly talking. Does he ever do anything else? I really doubt it. Now here is one of the lamest beginnings I've ever seen to a Pokemon game, just for this little bit here. Basically, the lowdown is Sharon and Belle. They want to do the first steps together, which I think's a bit over the top. But then again, the kids are set to be like 10 years old, I think. So it's explainable, but a bit weird. Now here's one of the things which they don't often do in Pokemon games from the beginning. Straight away, Aragi shows you how to catch a Pokemon. Oh wait, sorry, Araragi. I've had quite a few people telling me through messages and so forth that I've been pronouncing it wrong, so I apologise for that. Araragi, but Aragi's easier to say, so I think I'll stick with that. And she shows us how to catch a Pokemon, which doesn't usually happen at the beginning, and I believe she also gives us some Pokeballs, which is kind of weird, considering most of the time they don't give them to you at the beginning. And we just saw a Pokemon there. I believe it was some like Minazumi, I believe. It's kind of similar to the Bidoofs of Diamond and Platinum and that lot. The Zigzagoons of Ruby and Sapphire, and the Rattatas of Fire Red, Heart Gold, all those series, all the different ones. And here I get challenged by Belle and Sharon to see who can catch the most Pokemon. Sadly, I will not be following this, as some of the starter Pokemon are pretty poor, and I'd rather have a stronger team towards the end. Now, here you see my new design. I want to know what you guys think of it. Around the Pokeballs, clearly I'm going to put the Pokemon that's in my team at the minute. Currently I only have Pukabu, so he's the only one there. And I only have one Pokemon, and Belle's fairly depressed about that. and I should be getting more evolutions. The pictures will always change. Everything will be different. And you can also see the bottom screen, so you'll know what I'm doing at all times. And I believe just there we saw the introduction of the Live Caster, which is like a similar to like a handheld mobile phone, and what it does is it allows connecting with video connection between 4 people as well. So I thought that was quite a cool addition, being able to see them. Although the people are perfectly still, they could have animated them a bit more, but I suppose there are limits for a handheld console. Now here we go into the Pokemon Center and use this. And apparently my Pokabu has Pokerus, which is kind of confusing. I don't get how it got that. Does anyone know what Pokerus is? It said it's a virus. So it appears that my Pokabu apparently has chlamydia and is unable to do anything with its life. It's not going to be able to reproduce. That's sad. Well, it wasn't going to do that anyway, it's male, so that was lucky. Now, here is a very strange addition to this game. The new Generation 5, I believe, games have no longer got the buildings for the Pokemart. It's now all built into the new giant Pokemon Center, just into the side, which I think is quite a cool addition, but the mart's not going to be the best. We're missing out on the banter. And here we see the villains of the game. Team Plasma, he just said they're called. So it's like Team Galaxy and all that in other games. Team Rocket, they're all the same basically. All striving to steal Pokemon and generally wreak havoc. They're quite difficult. I'm liking this addition of all the voices around the side as well, so you don't have just one person talking. I thought that was pretty cool. This man, Gisishu or something like that, is describing how he thinks he should liberate Pokemon and how he wants them to be free and how he's going to demonstrate it. At least in this game they haven't described the villains. They haven't made them look silly, well, as silly as they have, such as Team Galaxy and Diamond and Pearl, I think they're in. They made them look stupid and unorganised. There you see them swiftly dispatching away with military precision. And here we see one of the other villains of the story. I believe his name's Pokemon Trainer N, which is quite cool, and he seems to agree with the views of Plasma. So I don't know if later on we'll see him inclined towards them or turn against his views. And also here we'll see that during that little gap, the little changeover where I switched to the other segment of the film, that was because I went away to train my Pokabu. Otherwise it's almost definitely impossible from the start to get anywhere decent. So what I did is I flashed a jump across, just stopped recording for a minute, trained my Pokabu up to level 12, and then carried on as I was. And there I saw a new Pokemon we haven't seen yet, the Coroneco, which is it's like a small purple cat, it looks like, which looks fairly strong. It's level 7, so he's dispatched. Getting behind on the video here. We see just back there we see the scrolling newsreel, which I thought was quite cool, and showing off the 3D aspects where it curls down to view it, which I think could be a nice addition, as cities and things like that in the past of Pokemon games they're supposed to be mega cities and things like that, and they've always been small with very few buildings. Like Cerulean and Pokemon Red, there was like 7 or 8 buildings, and it's supposed to be one of the mega cities, which is fairly ridiculous, but you know, whatever they think, limited by graphics. Now another new Pokemon, we're getting quite a lot here at the minute, is the Utari, I believe he's called, the double I's, I'm going for an I pronunciation. So Utari, I don't choose to catch him either, as I think he's not a very good Pokemon for continuing on with. I must say, looking at some of the legendaries of this game, it's dreadful. Some of them, they look nothing. They look like nothing in comparison to all the old ones. Is like that. Even Dialga and Palkia didn't look too good, but now Reshiram and Zekrom, I believe they look terrible in a way, because just other ones are so much better, but some of them are terrible. I haven't seen. There's supposed to be like 10 or something, and there's the only 2 I've seen I'm disappointed with, so I hope the other ones are better. And here is that Koroneko I was describing earlier as well, by the way. Didn't quite one-hit kill it this time, which I was surprised about, but you know, you can't win everything. Makabu's nearly level 13 as well, and all I'm doing here is walking around trying to get through as quickly as I can. And that lady just then, after the game, says that if you don't want to fight Pokemon, stick to the path. Which is weird, because there appears to be random walls strewn across the path. There's some haywire bricklayer randomly deciding that a wall looks like it would do there. Here's a hint, mate. If people can jump over the walls when they want to, make it so you can jump both ways. Or build a wall around the grass, so people can jump in if they want. Good idea? Sound nice? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now I see a cut tree and just a drop off, and we continue down the road and meet Belle, who I believe is going to test how much stronger I've become. Now being level 12 and being super effective with Ember against her best Pokemon, I believe my Pokemon can easily dispatch hers and send it crying in the dirt, which is not a very nice image, but we'll go for it. Now, Uterai was one-hit killed as well. I said it was a poor Pokemon, you shouldn't have it. It's always your choice. If you're one of those people who wants the Pokédex full with the caught ones, then go ahead and catch it. But Pokédex registers by just by seeing them now, it counts towards your Pokédex. So you could always go for that. Also, if you're noticing that some parts of the videos, my guy goes unnaturally quickly, that's because I'm running, because I can't get no cache GBA to save properly. What I'm doing is I'm running on Desmumi, I believe it's called, but that with recording and the pictures and everything with it makes it run quite slowly. So I haven't got I'm not one of these people with the £2,000 Apple Max and Alienwares. I just got standard, bog standard £500 Acer Aspire, for a couple of years old, so it's still not the quickest, and it struggles to run Desmumi well. So what I do is I just struggle along, and I'm just doubling the speed of the video, which as you see in some places when I walk normally, that's it actually like that. It looks normal. That's how slow it runs on my computer. So it's pretty silly, but you know, we can roll with it. As long as it's watchable, I'm sure it will be. We can continue on, because no $GBA refused to save after that first video. I had to quickly catch up with this one, try and make a little bit better. So if there's any slight stat changes with my with Steve, and that'll be why he's a completely different starter to the one at the beginning, which is disappointing. Because if you watch, I was quite happy with the way he turned out when I bought him with no money. When I chose him, sorry. And he was pretty powerful. He easily wiped out the other ones, like going down below half health. Now here you see he's gone a quarter of the health down against a trainer, which is disappointing. Now, here is the first addition to my team. I talk to this person and he'll give you a Yanapu, or Boapu, I believe the one's called, and I can't remember the last one. Yanapu is a grass type. He is one of the elemental monkeys. I got the grass type simply because I got the fire type starter, and you will get the other two types depending on which one you start with. Now I've slightly overrun here, but I'm sure I can fill in the gaps. Now can you all comment, rate and subscribe please? Question of the day is just for my benefit. Does anyone know a way of making no cache GBA save on the version 6 patch? Right, thank you all, and goodbye.